Record.
Yeah.
Right. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. First video in 4 months I think that I've uploaded. You'll see I'm joined by a close personal friend and colleague, Peter Sinton. And this is indeed our review/reaction to the Mandalorian finale of season 2. And I think Peter sent me a voice message about an hour ago, and I think it's safe to say you quite enjoyed it.
Oh man, oh, so good!
Right. I have the episode playing here in front of me on my phone. If we forget anything, so will we go from the start?
Let's go from the start, yeah.
And I should say there'll be spoilers in this if you haven't seen the episode. So, so basically, they're chasing the doctor guy. Is it like Dr. Persian or something? He's some really weird name.
Yeah.
So he's like, find him, and then the Cara Dune has just shot the guy in the face there. And then the title card rolls. So my prediction for the title card, like episode name thing, was I think it was going to be called The Bridger, because I thought Ezra was going to be in it. I thought The Bridger would kind of be a cool name.
Oh yeah.
Because the last one was called The Believer.
The Believer, yeah. What was this one called again?
The Rescue.
Oh, The Rescue, yeah. Oh well, that's boring. Like they should have. They could have got so creative with it, but who's The Rescue fine?
Yeah. So yeah, Boba Fett here. He's currently flying across this steam planet place.
Everything about the intro was so good. Like music and Boba Fett on his painted armor, and then the two Imperial guys. One of them didn't really want to do it, and the other one just shot their man in the back. Just a wee bit like that.
Yeah.
We start can appreciate.
So he's landed, and then they go into the bar and they find Bo-Katan, and then I can't remember the name of the other one.
Oh,
do you know? So they're there, and then basically they're like, what did they say? Basically, Mando tells them that Moff Gideon has a child, I think.
Yeah.
And then
there's a whole argument about Boba Fett being Mandalorian as well.
Yeah.
Not really fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
really cool.
Sasha Banks, who plays the other one, she's a wrestler in WWE. So she does a spinning DDT, which is like an actual wrestling move. So of the other bit where she grabs him and spins and throws him. Yeah. So then I think Mando mentions about the Darksaber, and she's like, "Oh flip, I want that." And then they go off. I'll skip forward a bit here.
My precious.
Let's see. Oh, it's deciding not to load now.
So yeah, I think the next bit was them and Pershing coming up with a plan to
yes,
cruiser.
Yeah.
Nothing really much there.
Yeah, just basic TV planning montage scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, let's see. And then they basically, they do a decoy thing where Boba Fett is pretending to chase them.
Yeah.
And they're flying. Is the ship called a Lamb ship or something like that?
Yeah, Lambda class shuttle.
Oh, Lambda.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't be Lamb, but that was the only thing I could get close to it. The Lamb ship. That shot, the shot where they're in hyperspace, and the shot's the shot was Slave 1, but then the camera moved back, and then you seen the other one.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen two ships in hyperspace going at the same time, in convoy.
What do you mean? I feel like we've seen it maybe once before, but it's definitely not normal.
Yeah, it was just the way the camera moved, and then you saw both of them. So then they get on the ship. They kind of crash into it, make their way in, and then Mando, he goes off on his own while the rest go ahead, and he is kind of sneaking about, and then he comes across the Dark Troopers, which I've just turned on, and they're pretty cool guys. And they've got cool dubstep music and all.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And they've got camera arms.
I know they're pretty. I hope we see more of them.
It was a bit weird that we didn't see Mando with a broken nose or something after that fight.
Yeah, so that punching scene was really weird, was it not?
Yeah.
Like it didn't really seem like there was much damage being done, and like his helmet, like I was expecting his helmet to like crack or something.
Yeah,
but it was kind of goofy, but
it's still pretty cool.
Yeah,
like he could barely handle it. Like,
yeah, and then that scene was like definitely okay. They're definitely setting up that these guys have no chance against these Dark Troopers.
Yeah,
because Mando can't even take one. So that was kind of the first inclination. I thought, okay, a Jedi showing up, because I mean, if he can barely destroy one, then what can 5 of them do against 50 of them?
Yeah.
Then beats him up. Let me see. The rest of them get to the bridge. He finds
I don't know if I mentioned it, but sorry, just the camera shots in this episode was really cool as well, especially with the Dark Troopers.
Yeah, I think the cinematography in this one I thought was really good as well.
Yeah.
So Mando bumps into Moff Gideon. He has a dark saber, and Baby Yoda is still in his wee handcuffs. And then they're basically like, Mando doesn't want the dark saber, and he just wants the child. And then he'll leave. And then the kind of when they were leaving the room, well, when Moff Gideon was leaving the room, I was freaking out because I was sure he's going to kill the child here. Like sneakily, he'll say, "Oh, I'm leaving," but he was actually going to kill him. And I thought, oh, if that happens, like it would just be too much. It'd be too much to handle. Surely,
the whole world will explode like that happened.
The whole world would just plunge in the darkness for a few days if that happened. So Moff Gideon says, "Okay, I'm leaving," but then he doesn't leave. And then we have the long built up to Darksaber and spear fight, which is pretty good.
I was really good, like when the spear was like heating up.
Yeah, I thought it was going to like melt or crack at some point because it seemed to like there's a lot of shots, quick shots of like the red.
Yeah,
I liked the shot where he had the Darksaber like pushing along the wall.
Oh, that was so cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
My goodness.
So Mando beats Moff Gideon. He gets the Darksaber, walks in, and Bo-Katan's like, "Here, what's he doing? What's he doing with that thing?" Like, and then we have the whole thing about the person who owns the Darksaber has to beat the last person who owned it, and so that's a bit of conflict there.
To be the leader of like all their people or something.
Yeah, and then Moff Gideon's like, he's stirring the pot and being like, "Oh, you wouldn't really have earned it if you just take it without beating them." And Mando's just kind of like, just take it. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then
I was fully expecting them to have a full-on fight there, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, I should mention when Mando beat that first Dark Trooper, he then opened the airlock, and then they all flew out. So, which I thought was like, why would there be an airlock in that room? Like, the only thing I can think of would be like if they were on land and they had to like get out quickly or something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't know, but yeah. So then they chat a bit about the Darksaber, and then the Dark Troopers all arrive again. They're all. I forgot. I didn't twig on that they had the jetpack feet.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about them coming back.
And
then they come back.
Like it was a good solid 2 minutes. Then just marching up to the bridge.
Yeah, it was like a marching montage with the dubstep in the background. And then, they're all getting ready here for the Dark Troopers, and then the Dark Troopers are punching the blast doors to get in, and then they stop, and then like the bridge alarm goes off, and they all look, and then thing is it's going off. Well, so it goes off, and then you see the X-wing go past, and then I thought, okay, so were you who did you think was going to be the Jedi in this episode? What was your number one pick?
I honestly thought it would have been just Ahsoka again. Yeah. I don't know why she would have had an X-wing, but that's just how I thought.
Yeah. My number one was probably a tie between Ezra and Cal Kestis, because I thought, I don't know, I just thought Luke probably would have been too, I don't know, too obvious or controversial or something. But
Yeah.
so the X-wing kind of, I thought, okay, it probably is Luke, and then there's a bit where he walks in and he like swings up, and I noticed that, do you know like his metal belt buckle that's kind of like this shape, like a hexagon kind of thing? Like on his belt, he has like a belt buckle. It's like a big silver thing.
Yeah. I actually never noticed that.
Well, it was basically just this exact Return of the Jedi outfit. So that was kind of the first time I noticed that, okay, it's Luke, because he had that big belt buckle thing. So yeah, that was very exciting.
It took me until you saw the green lightsaber, but my goodness.
And just see the music. The music was like angelic almost. It was like this savior had like descended on them.
It was from that point onwards, like from here to the rest of the end of the episode, to like even the end of the credits, I was just full on balling. Like
it was just magic. Like I was just like in awe. Like, oh, is this even happening? Like I couldn't believe it. And there was a bit I noticed where the bit where he goes into like the container hangar. His hand is like covering. Do you know the bit on the lightsaber where it's like the wee before the emitter? It's like the wee ridges almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
His hand was like covering that bit, so I thought, oh, are they still trying to like hide it's him? Because that's kind of like an obvious bit of his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the music in that bit was cool. But the one thing I thought was weird, his like lightsaber, like the fatness of his lightsaber blade seemed to like change, or like the brightness of it. I don't know if that was like.
So it was white in like the security camera footage, which.
Yeah, but like at the start, it was like proper like lightsaber, like the prequels, like. Like thick, and then it was like Rebels thin. I don't know if that was like intentional. It seemed to like change, but maybe it was just
probably, I don't know,
one of those random things. Yeah. But yeah, like he goes through all the dark troopers, and then he comes into the corridor of he goes up the elevator. He goes up the elevator first.
Yeah,
and he comes through, and then like the big epic music comes in, and just like, oh, gracious, dear bless us, like. So that was, and he just obviously takes them all out, and it was kind of the exact same shot and like sequence as Darth Vader in Rogue One, which I think you were saying there a second ago. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, and I really love the shot where like Baby Yoda like goes up to the screen like watching him.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny. And then,
so yeah, this just made Luke a bit more like badass, like because you never really saw him be badass in the film.
Yeah, like the only time he used a proper lightsaber was the flashbacks.
Yeah,
because the last time it was a projection.
That's right.
On Crate. So, and I love that green lightsaber, as you know. So it was really cool to see it again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes through them all, and then Mando realizes that it's time to give Baby Yoda up, and then he tells him to open the door. Yoda comes through. Not Yoda. Luke comes through. Luke comes through, takes his hood off, and yeah, there was no more doubt that it was him. And then he sees Baby Yoda and kind of gestures to him to come over. And this was the bit where I got emotional. Like, I didn't want Baby Yoda to go. Like, I was just. Yeah. And then he gets Din to take his mask off. That was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, he actually waited for like Din to give him permission to go as well.
Yeah. Then the real freak out moment for me wasn't when R2-D2 just like came in flying in.
Oh,
it's like, oh, what an absolute legend! Like,
yeah. And like, I kind of felt like Baby Yoda was just like dance along with him. Like they're instantly mates.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like, would they have like seen each other on the Jedi Temple? But then, did C-3PO and R2-D2 not get their memory wiped? Like. End of episode 3.
Probably, yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe they've just done away with that. Because they seemed to like know each other. Like they were properly like chatting. It seemed like. So yeah, Luke picks up Baby Yoda. That was pretty cool, and then they go off.
So I did notice the de-aging technology, but I didn't really care about it.
Yeah, I don't think who cares really? I mean, It's never going to be perfect.
I think it actually was Mark Hamill that did it. It's just the editing.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention that much to the credits, but I seen some on Twitter had posted that it said Mark Hamill. I was kind of waiting for it to say Sebastian Stan, but it must have just been Mark Hamill that did it. So, so he grabs Baby Yoda. They all go off into the corridor, back into the elevator, and then the elevator closes, and then that is the episode done. So, I actually did you watch like the concept art bit at the end? I haven't watched it yet. I kind of forgot.
Oh, have you not seen the end credits scene?
Well, I've seen the end credits, like the scene with Boba Fett, but not the the concept art bit.
Aye. So there was no concept art this time. It was just pure like sad but really epic, like Mandalorian or like violins, orchestral kind of music. That'd be great. Oh.
So post credit scene, we see the two sons in Tatooine, and I thought, oh, is this going to be like Baby Yoda training like a couple of years later? But then we pan over to Jabba's palace, and we see what's his name, Bib Fortuna.
Yeah,
he's sitting in there by himself, and he's got
a big chin, like.
He's put the weight on, like he's been on furlough or something, been knocked down in there. And so he's got his like prisoner person tied to like the big platform thing, and then I think her name is it like Fennec Shand is like the other bounty hunter. He's like Boba Fett's assistant.
Yeah,
she comes in and shoots the prisoner's like shackle thing, and then you see Boba Fett come in. He kind of just shoots Bib Fortuna without any kind of chat, and like chucks him off the seat, and like this big like epic panning away shot of him like Game of Thrones sitting on the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it said the book of Boba Fett.
Yep.
Next December. So that was one thing on Twitter people were seem to be chatting about. Is it a brand new series, or is it series 3 of this?
So the way I think it's going to go, it's going to be, I think Ahsoka's going to come out next year as well. So there's going to be like Ahsoka and then Mandalorian and then this sort of, maybe not out at the same time, but maybe just like a few weeks from each other.
But there's definitely going to be series 3 of Mando.
I think so, yeah. It really like sets up the whole like Mandalore. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, like this episode was powerful. Like
flipping 10 million out of 10. Like, like I don't know how excited I was for Star Wars beforehand. Like I was excited for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like when season 1 came out, but this episode, like I'm excited to see absolutely everything moving forward now. It's a bit dangerous, but I mean, flip. They've really done it well.
I think if they keep this up, we can kind of forget about how controversial the sequels are.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of, parts of them are a bit naff.
Yeah. So I was thinking about this in the shower. Episode 7 was like a reboot. Episode 8 was like, oh, you don't need the prequels and sequels. And then episode 9 was, oh wait, you actually do.
Yeah.
And then The Mandalorian was just, we're sorry about all that.
Episode 9 was like damage control.
Yeah.
How can we kind of make a half decent film make sense?
Oh, it was.
But yeah. Say this like episode was like its own like thing, where would you like rank it in Star Wars?
So okay, there's my movie list, which was, I can't remember what it was, but I think my favorite movie was probably Return of the Jedi, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think just below, either on par or probably on par with Return of the Jedi is the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, season 8, I think it was, or season 7.
Season 7, yeah.
Yeah, 7. And then on par with that was, yes, this last episode of The Mandalorian. And then all the other episodes are pretty much like centimeters below.
Yeah. Or we'd even just do like, where would we put The Mandalorian as a whole if you take all the episodes? Like, where would you put it? Like, I'm trying to find my ranking list.
I think The Mandalorian as a whole has to go above episode 6 then, to be honest.
Oh, like number 1 of Star Wars?
Number 1. You can't really enjoy The Mandalorian to its fullest if you haven't seen everything like Star Wars related before, but if you have, then it's just up there, like.
Yeah, like it's definitely like top 5 or top 3 for me, I'd say.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find this.
Like, oh, they're on such a roll with Clone Wars season 7 and this. Like, I can't believe it.
I suppose the good thing about having like 10 new seasons of things is like, even if like 4 of them are naff, you've got 6 that might be good. Because if you just had like one new thing per year and it was crap, then that'd be all you have.
Yeah, I think that's what they were thinking as well. Like, I have a feeling they've directed all the resources the one I had for like Ryan Johnson's films and like the Benioff and Weiss films. They've directed all them resources to TV.
Yeah, probably.
And the next movie is going to be Rogue Squadron, I think.
Yeah. And then there's Taika Waititi's film.
Oh, yeah.
Some point. Let me see. I think I'm almost at it.
You.
But yeah, when did you watch the episode today?
I watched it just after work, so about 1:15 to 2 o'clock.
All right. I watched it like 8:30 with Dad, first thing.
Yeah. So I made the mistake of going on Facebook before I watched it, and the Boba Fett ending was spoiled for me, but I made sure to turn it off.
Oh, well, at least the main thing wasn't.
Yeah.
Because that'd been the thing. People were wondering why they hadn't announced the Boba Fett series the other day. But now it's announced now, so. I can't find my list, but I'm pretty sure it was something like Return of the Jedi first, then Empire, then A New Hope. It's probably changed since then. This is like a year ago I thought of this, but I would probably put Mandalorian as a whole. Let me see. Probably like halfway of the list. Like probably just below the originals, but not far off them. So
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, again, my list could probably change. I could probably put it a bit further down, but I'm just so hyped at the moment.
Yeah, I think even if like Luke Skywalker hadn't turned up, this still would have been a pretty great episode.
Yeah,
really good music and stuff like that. So
I think they had the what do you call it? The Two Sons or something. That like wee jingle.
All right.
Or the Force jingle, like.
Yeah. When he took the coil thing off.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any other thoughts then, or is that? I think I'll do this.
That's the jeepers, the main ones I can think of at the minute. It's so good. Like,
one last thing, it was is season 3 just gonna like pick up like right where this ended? Because if Bo-Katan really wants the Darksaber, then she's gonna have to fight him at some point, and you wouldn't have thought she'd leave it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Be interesting.
I think it's gonna like have them fight. I'm pretty sure, and then it's probably gonna end with them approaching Mandalore, and like the whole season's gonna be him missing Grogu or Baby Yoda.
Or he might just give it to her and just like run off. I can't be bothered fighting you. So, but yeah, that'll do us for this kind of one-off YouTube video. I just thought it'd be good crack to have a wee chat about it and get a wee YouTube video up again. So hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you probably, who knows when I'll see you again, if I ever upload again.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Actually, I'll be making a wee YouTube Christmas special, Christmas Day, I think. So look out for that. But it's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me.
Yo, subscribe.
Goodbye.